Lobster got it back yet. Lobster's a 10 I told you grab it.
Magma strikes again.
Magma strikes again. The game of schemes gets even more schemier. Welcome to Lobster Magnet and Friends. I'm here with my buddy Goro.
Yo.
And we are here to talk about Dr. Stone, Chapter 35. So, what do you think, Dr. Stone?
Isn't it 36?
Yeah, that's right, I meant 36. In my head, in my mind's eye, I was saying 36, but in my mouth piece came 35. But yeah, it's 36. You're right. You're 100% right. So what do you think of this wonderful tournament so far?
I kind of wish it ended like the climactic part was like last chapter, to be honest, because it feels like they're kind of gonna try and stretch it out a bit more.
Well, I thought last week, though, you were fine with the idea of them stretching out. Because I felt like this wasn't obviously my favorite chapter of Dr. Stone. I don't think it was bad or anything. But I did think it, like, satisfied two narrative things. One narrative thing is that, like, we got to see Ginru get validated for his strength with his, the eye thing. And two, so basically it was his win. And two, it establishes Magma as, like, a, deceitful, Gaston, unhonorable guy. So we get to see the tournament continue, but we also get the satisfaction of knowing that, Ginru probably would have won.
He
basically won. So we have the satisfaction of a victory, but we also mechanically have the tournament extended so we can, continue to go further.
I'll agree about the, Ginro showing off his true strength. Like in that moment, showing that he could beat Gaston in a fair fight. I like calling him Gaston instead of Magma now.
That's what he is. It feels perfectly like appropriate. He is Gaston.
It's true. It's just and then Magma telling like his servant person whatever is like, lose the fight already so we can disqualify Kohaku. It's just. That felt like a kind of a villainous satisfying moment, but I think overall, like, I don't want to see the story like to be dragged out during this tournament arc.
But I don't think the tournament arc isn't structured as something that can like last forever. Like even still, like in this one chapter, we breezed through 3 fights and they were all done pretty quickly.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just, in a regular battle manga, yes, I would love to see, the tournament arc, at this kind of pace. But with the science manga, this shouldn't be about, like, fighting. It shouldn't.
No, I totally agree. But I think what they, the setup is like interesting in the fact that it's not necessarily about fighting. It's about trickery and who can be the most deceitful. The game of schemes. We saw one scheme with like Magma basically hitting Ginru in the back of the head for his victory. We had the other scheme where he makes his toady lose just so he could disqualify Kohaku to raise the stakes. And then we have the other scheme where Kinru is like, honestly, I think what'll happen is that like he's not going to do anything to himself, but he's going to but it's a placebo effect where he like thinks that like the power of science is so great that like it gives him the extra mental fortitude to like push himself beyond, and that's how he wins the fight against God.
This is interesting. I mean, also would it be kind of poetic would be Chrome versus Magma, Chrome actually beating Magma.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Like Seku or Chrome. It feels like Chrome should get the win, and that like he should get some sort of science-based power up that like ultimately allows him to defeat him and conquer it, and say that like all are equal on the level of science. And then Magma can like leave the village and then give them information that Seku is still alive to like, and then he joins forces with Primate Guy.
Wait. Matt, you saying Magma is going to join Primate Guy?
That's what I think is going to happen. It just makes sense that eventually he'll lose. He'll be like brought down by Seku. He'll be super bitter. He'll run off, and then he'll...
Oh, yeah. And then he'll tell about Senku.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's
Then Seku can get control. We learn about Riri and the whole thing about that. And then eventually, like, Primate Guy can come with his tribe. We can see all his badass stone people show off their cool character designs. And then they could be like, in 30 days, we settle this once and for all. And then we can have, like, a little arc of training as, like, Seku tries to level up the science enough to, like, come up with something to, like, defeat all of the, you know, crazy stone muscle people.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so awesome, actually, if that happens.
That's what I feel like is the best course of, well, not 100% the best, because, like, you know, them fighting is not like my favorite thing, but it feels like that's where the story's going, and it wouldn't be the worst thing as long as Seku comes up with cool science crap.
Yeah.
That is like the genesis of this manga for me, is like, as long as Seku can, like, come up with believable science crap that feels like not like too far out of real world, you know, then it's golden for me. You know, as long as you can keep that going, then I'm happy.
You know, I'm kind of confused. Why does Senku feel so confident even after, you know, Kinro lost, or not? Is it Kinro or Jinro?
We keep on getting them confused. Ginro, I think.
Ginro. Like, when Ginro lost and Kohaku got disqualified, I mean, Senku still had, like, that same cocky little smirk he has. But,
well, because he obviously has some sort of scientific scheme in the plan that he is, like, in mind of, like, what he's going to do. So, you know, we'll have to see him play his card.
Alright. Well, I guess. Another thing I was a little bit shaky about, I feel like the emotional reactions, like the facial fractures, weren't as strong, on point, as they usually are.
Yeah, but then again, Dr. Stone is, like, set up such, like, a high bar for facial
I know, it's like we expect too much from it, but, like,
you can't have, like, genius facial fractures all the time, man. We've been spoiled.
Yeah.
We've been spoiled, like... Oh, God, just, like, thinking of, like, Chapter 34. Like that thing isn't even that funny in concept, but, like, that, like, little piece of artwork elevates it to such a, like, better level.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
So... You can't get, like, you know, you can only get, like, top-tier, genius quality stuff for all the time.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. I mean, overall, I still enjoy Dr. Stone. It's been going along fine. I'm a little bit concerned about the tournament arc, though, just tiny bit.
It's still fun. I mean, it's not the thing, like, you know, seeing, like, people beating each other with sticks is not, like, what we come to Dr. Stone for. So I definitely say hasn't been as good as, like, the last few chapters, but I still enjoyed it. So let's get to the scores, since we got to do things a little bit faster than normal. I'd give it an 8. I think it was an 8 chapter. It was still a solid piece of manga.
An 8, huh? I don't know. I might give it a lower one. In Dr. Stone standards, I feel like this was like 7.5. Yeah.
I can see that. That's fair. I still thought it was, like, more engaging than you thought it was. I mean, it's not like what we come to Dr. Stone for, but I did like, you know, the petty little schemes that, you know, aren't really super well thought out and are kind of, like, petty and bullshitty, which I find amusing.
Yeah. It's just like the pacing of this chapter so far, it wasn't like my favorite, I think. It's just like, it feels like it's gonna try and drag on the tournament arc a little bit more than I wanted. So I'm just a little bit picky about that.
Alright, so before we head off, those are our scores, you know, for the Dr. Stoners. Get up a little bit. Show the people the t-shirt you're wearing. Let's see your t-shirt.
This plain white t-shirt?
Yeah, that's a pretty boring fucking t-shirt, right? that's a really boring t-shirt. That's a really... So, now we're going to be starting a new age of the shillening. where we are going to come up with the best way, because now I'm official. I'm a T-Blocks affiliate. So, Greg,
What?
if I told you you could get a new T-shirt every month, so you're not wearing that boring white T-shirt all the time. So you're not just plain Jane. And you could do it for as low as $6.99 per T-shirt.
Yeah, that sounds okay.
That's pretty good, right? That's better than Loot Crate. That's better than Loot Crate.
I'll say it like that. It's better than Loot Crate.
Because shirts are life. We have fleshy, vulnerable skin that is vulnerable to the elements. It could be frozen. We could be burned by the sun and given skin cancer. And the only thing holding us back from the elements is T-shirts. But T-shirts can be expensive. But you know what the part is? With T-Blocks, you can get cool shirts for the licensed stuff you love or stuff by original artists, and you can get it for even less money. Because at the bottom, there's like a little code. That's right, Lobster TBX. Use the code. Use it at discount to get 10% off your order, no matter how big or small it might be. Save money. Use the most expensive seafood possible to save money on T-shirts.
Can it be a one-time purchase, or does it have to be like a monthly?
It can be a one-time purchase, but the best economic value you will get is if you get like, because the price goes down, the more you order. So if you want that $6.99, you got to get the 12-month package, but you can get like a good chunk shaved off of that with the Lobster code.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this site myself, so maybe I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
Yeah, you better check it out. And eventually we're going to do contests and giveaways. That's phase 2 of the shillening.
Oh, contests and giveaways. People love that stuff.
Yeah. I gotta talk to them more about how to figure out how the proper way to do it. But we'll think of something. It'll be fun. I'll send you free stuff.
Feel like a Dr. Tone Tournament arc, but for the viewers.
Yeah. We'll think of something. All right, so thank you for hanging out with us, letting us fill your time. Remember, lobsters and tennis, but don't you grab it.
Manga's made of iron, lobsters made of meat.